I'm Kathy, and this is Todd.
It's me.
From Go Eat Game.
Mm-hmm.
And we are coming to you live, sort of.
Live-ish.
From the Celebrity Millennium.
Mm-hmm.
We are now in Japanese waters, but we've been sailing for the last 14 days.
14, all the way across the Pacific.
All the way. So some people have wondered why in the world you would take a 14-day cruise across the Pacific to get from Vancouver. So we started in Vancouver, stopped in Alaska, and stopped in 2 places in Japan. And then we're going to wind up in Tokyo. Why would you do that when you can just take a flight?
Well, we're going to tell you 7 reasons why. Reason the first. The cost.
Cheap.
Yes, the cost of flying is not inexpensive, whereas by watching various cruise websites,
Yep.
Kathy, you were able to find good deals?
Yeah, I'll put a few of them down there.
Okay.
One of my favorites is Cruise Fish, because they price out the cruises on a price per night.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes it's hard to compare like a 5-day cruise to a 7 to a 14, and doing it per night kind of gives you an idea of how much that's going to be.
Yes, and not only are we getting across the ocean much less expensive than it was flying, they're feeding us, they're entertaining us,
Yes.
and we can still live our lives fairly normally with things like work and homeschooling and all that other.
All for the same price that it would have cost us to just simply fly, or actually less for us.
Yeah,
much
significantly less.
So it just all feels like a bonus to us.
Yeah.
We've eaten for free
and eaten well.
Yeah.
It's not like you're eating the TV dinners that they give you on the Trans-Pacific flight. You're eating really good dining.
A rack of lamb.
Mm-hmm.
We're clearly suffering.
Yes, when you had a rack of lamb show up in the room.
Yes, I did.
On room service one night, and the joker was huge. It was almost enough for 2.
I think we figured up we've spent less than $100 in the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I wanted a coffee one day.
Yep.
Like a fancy coffee. And we bought Abby Kate something. Anyway, less than $100 in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So once you pay for the cruise, you're done.
Yeah. And the other big difference will bring us to the second reason for this, which is the slower transition to the new time zone. No jet lag. Well, we should probably say different jet lag.
Well, you still don't have jet lag.
Yeah.
We're feeling fantastic now. Mm-hmm. So when we arrive in Tokyo, we will not have jet lag.
We're ready to go.
That said, when you're changing 8 or 9 time zones, you're going to have to pay for it one way or the other. Mm-hmm. I think this is a better way to pay for it a little bit at a time. So what we had was for 8 nights straight, we set our clocks back an hour. So it's like daylight savings time every day in a row for 8 days. And the first day is no big deal. And the second day is not so bad. By about day 3 or 4, you're waking up 4 or 5 in the morning, and you're kind of tired by 8 or 9. But the key we found was to rest midday and push yourself later in the evening. Because if you go to bed too early, you just wake up even earlier. So, but the only one who really had a hard time was Abby Kate.
Yeah.
The rest of us, we managed to get
It's been a nice
through.
adjustment.
And now that we've been on regular time for 2 or 3 days, I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yay for no jet lag!
Yay. And the slow adjustment actually brings us to reason number 3 for doing it this way, which is the scenic journey itself. We're on the ocean for 2 weeks, and not only do we have cool stops that we stop at, which you'll see in some of our other videos, we can look out and see the water. And
it's so nice. Some days it's rough, and you kind of see white caps, and then one day it was smooth as glass. Mm-hmm. One day we looked out our window, and there's a volcano.
Yeah, it's 2 volcanoes, actually,
yeah.
One on either side.
We didn't even believe Tyler when he said there was a volcano.
He came knocking on the door. We've had the boys down in their own room since they've proven themselves responsible enough, and he came knocking on the door and said, "There's volcanoes outside," and we were passing down the east coast of Russia. And went in between 2 of them. It was so cool to wake up and see that.
We've seen tugboats out our window.
Mm-hmm. Literally right out our window.
Yeah. So it's been cool.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
It also means we got to stop in places we probably wouldn't have gone otherwise. Little town in Alaska. And then even the North Island of Japan was really nice because it's kind of a long way from Tokyo. So it was neat to get to see Hokkaido in those 2 stops in Otaru and Hakodate.
Yeah.
Right? So it was just nice to take the scenic route, right?
Yeah, it was. And so now we're up to reason number 4, which is also the great personalized service that we get on this boat. Yes. I mean, the people who work for this cruise line have been so nice. And it's like with any cruise. They tend to go out of their way to make you feel comfortable. They're going to take care of your needs, but they also go that extra step. You know, Abby Kate had her 6th birthday here on the boat. They had a cake waiting on her, not only at dinner, but also at breakfast and at the kids' club that night. She had 3 cakes in one day. The kids' club people came and decorated her room door for her birthday. We just have had so much attention paid from the people.
And then even on the everyday, the girls who work as the hostesses at the restaurant, in the dining room, they know us and they know our room number. And the waiters and the assistant waiters bring the kids apple juice and lemonade without them even having to ask for it anymore. Our stateroom attendant has been so sweet, and I told her on the first day that my feet hurt sometimes and that I try to ice them. And now, magically, there is ice in my refrigerator every night. So they're just so sweet. And they really go out of their way to give you not just attention, but to make it specific to you. And we've felt that. And all of that for less than the price of a plane ticket.
It's pretty incredible, and it's made it really much easier doing this with kids, you know, knowing that there's people out there who are helping us, even the waiters who understand, get the kids their food faster.
Right.
Everybody's happier.
Oh, yeah. We're on Celebrity, and we couldn't say enough nice things about the Celebrity Millennium and the crew here. Oh,
they've been amazing. So our 5th thing kind of transitions from that, which is the enrichment we've had from this kind of travel. Now, flying will get you there, and it'll get you there quick, and it'll get you to what you're doing.
Right.
But along the way here, we've had so many things that we believe have enriched us and the kids from the things we've learned at our stops. Like you can see our video for Sitka, Alaska, which we'll link down below as well, where we went to the Raptor Center, and the kids got to meet Spirit, the eagle, and learn all about Alaska. And then there's been educational speakers on the boat who've talked about art.
Yeah, there was an art historian, and we went to a couple of her talks about Japanese art as just a way to enrich the kids and give them some art history as part of their schooling. And then I went to some talks from a woman who actually worked at the White House and gave us lots of cool inside information about how the White House runs. And then we also, we've seen so many different artists. A violinist, a pianist, singers, musicians. It's really been way more than we thought it would be. Not just fun and games, but actual learning. They also have seminars about cooking techniques and behind-the-scenes tours, how the cruise ship runs, even how to do like the vegetable carving. Oh, and there were watercolor classes.
Yes.
There's just a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah. And once you've learned a lot, it takes us to reason number 6, which is the entertainment on board. So you might get to watch a movie or two on your flight, which is great. You know, some good movies out there. But we had shows from magicians.
Yep.
We had shows from acrobats. We had musical numbers, really high quality ones. Dancers, singers, the whole 9 yards. And the shows have been so enjoyable, not only for us, but wouldn't you say the kids have enjoyed them too?
They have. They really, especially the magicians and the acrobats, you would expect. But even the musicians, they have really gotten excited about. And there was a violinist last night who had like one of those electric violins, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And so lastly, there's reason number 7, which is something very unique to this experience being on here for 2 weeks, which is the new friendships we've made.
Yeah.
We've met a number of people a small number, I should say, who are doing something very similar to us. They've got their kids out, they are traveling, and we've just kind of been able to get to know those families. It's been really fun.
Meeting other families who are kind of on a similar journey of exploring and traveling has been really cool. And then we've made some friends from all over the world that we wouldn't have had a chance to meet otherwise. And we've met groups of friends who actually met on cruises,
Yeah.
who were on this cruise. After you see people every day for 2 weeks, you kind of get to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a chance, sometimes the kids would eat dinner with the kids club. So we've had a chance to go out like on a couple of double dates and
Mm-hmm.
get to know some people a little bit better and exchange phone numbers. And that's just been, I don't know, it's really an unexpected pleasure
Really,
to get to know people and just hear their stories and how they got here and what they're doing. And most of the people on this boat seem pretty well traveled, so they've had a lot of travel advice for us and advice and tips about places to go and things to see while we go. So we've been collecting those up and storing them and writing them down because it's really been neat to meet.
It's been encouraging too.
Yeah, very encouraging.
Doing this sort of thing. So those are the 7 reasons we would say that taking the slow boat across is better than taking the plane and getting there quickly. So we hope some of you will be able to try that in the future.
Yeah, if you ever have a chance to take a crossing, do it.
Yes, absolutely. And be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, Go Eat Game. We'll be putting up videos of all the places we've gone, the neat things we've seen, even some of the behind the scenes on the boat here. We're going to be doing this all throughout our year of travel.
Yeah,
so
we'd love for you to come along.
Yeah, like us and subscribe, as Abby Kate would say.
Bye.
Bye.